Okay, so people, let's go over the practice test 2020. Let's go over question 1A. Right, Max earns 1,100 a week after tax, and he spends 35% on his salary on rent. How much money does he spend on rent each week? So what do we have to do? Okay, so how we solve the first question is that he's spending on rent 35% of his salary, right? He earns 1,100. To find the 35% of it, I need to change that percentage into decimal and multiply it. Okay, if I do that, I get 385, which is how much he spends on rent each week. Okay, let's go over question 1B. Right, this question is asking about percentage increase. In 1896, there were 14 nations to start with, and in 2004, there were 201 nations. Okay, so it's asking you to find the percentage change, and obviously it has been increased, so you need to find out what the increase is. Okay, for this question, I drew up the chart. Okay, to have a look, in 1896, right, there were 14 nations attend, and in 2004, 201. Okay, now it was asking what will the percentage increase in the number of nations. Okay, so remember the rule for the percentage change: new minus the old over old times 100. Okay, so obviously 1896 is the old one, 2004 is more recent one. Okay, so let's have a look. Following the formula. 201 minus 14. Okay, you need to calculate this first in the calculator. Divided by the old, okay, 14, and then times 100. All right, I got 1,335.71. What does that mean? Yep, if the value is positive, then it means over the years it has increased. Okay, if the value is negative, then percentage has been decreased over the years, right? So in this case, it's positive, so therefore it means it has increased by 1,335%. Okay, now let's move on to question 1C. Alright, this question is also about percentage increase, and it says it has been increased by 25%. Okay, in 1992, there were 364, and they're asking after has been increased for 25%, how many athletics would there be in 1996? Okay, for this one, right, we had 364 athletes attended in 1992, right? And in the next one, in the following one, there were 25% increase from here. So again, like question 1A, I'm increasing by 25%. So if I put this in the decimal, I'm moving through decimals, 1, 2, okay, because 25% in another means it's 25 over 100. So if you divide it by 100, I'll get 0.25. Right, now I need to multiply them together to get what the 25% from here, which is 91. So therefore, it has been increased by 91 athletes over the years. Okay, so therefore in 1996, which is the next one, last time we had 364 plus has been increased by 91 athletes. So therefore, in 1996, sorry, okay, there were 455 athletes involved. Right, next one, question 1D. Right, Jill is buying a car and it costs $2,430 including GST. Her father says he'll pay the GST of 50%, so therefore Jill has to pay excluding GST, right? So let's have a look at the table. Right, remember, this is the GST rule. So if I start with exclusive, going to inclusive, I need to multiply by 1.15, vice versa divide. If I want to calculate the tax GST, multiply 0.15, backwards I divide from GST the tax to go get the GST inclusive price, multiply 23 over 3, going backwards is just dividing. Okay, so this was the rule to follow. Let's see how we can follow the rule for this one. Okay, so $2,430 was the price for the car, okay, which is including GST obviously. His father is paying GST, right, and Jill only has to pay GST exclusive price. Okay, so the prices here at the moment, we need to calculate this value from inclusive to exclusive. Okay, so what do I have to do? I need to divide it by 1.15. So here you go. Right, I've got 2,430 divided by 1.15, and I'll get the GST exclusive price which Jill has to pay. Alright, next one, question 1E. Okay, so this question is saying that 6% of the customers are overdue at the moment, right? Overdue credit card account. So, and they saying that 6% is 480 customers. So you have to go backwards to find the total number of the customers, right? Let's have a look how we can do this. Okay, so the total customer from the total customer entire customers, only this little part, only this little 6% were overdue, and that 6% is about 480 customers. The question is, how many is the total customers if the 6% is 480 customers? Okay, so here you go. Total customer times 6% is 480 customers, right? 6% is 0.06 because 6 divided by 100 is this. Still 480 customers. Now, using algebra, I need to go backwards to find the total customer. So I need to isolate the total customer on the left-hand side. I'm going to send this one to the other side. So 480 multiplication changes to division. Okay, and if you use the calculator, you'll get this value. Alright, last question, question 1F. Right, Jemima has 5,000 to invest for 2.5 years. Okay, and her bank offers 2 different investment schemes. So we need to calculate scheme 1, scheme 2 separately and need to compare them, right? Okay, let's have a look. Okay, this is my table for scheme 1 and scheme 2. Okay, Jemima is starting with 5,000 to invest over the 2 years. Right, let's have a look at the scheme 1. It says the client invests the money in the account, pays 3.25 interest only at the end of each year. So over the 2.5 years, she'll get only once at the end of the first year and twice at the end of the second year. Okay, so she won't get any interest for the half years at the end. So therefore, it's going up by 3.25%, which is 100% plus 3.25, so therefore it's in total it's going up by 103%, which if I put it in decimal, it's going to be 1.0325. Okay, so at the end of the year, I will get 5,000 times that will be this much. Okay, and from here, I'm getting another 3.25%, again multiplying by 1.0325 from the previous answer. She will get $5,330 for scheme 1. Okay, if she used scheme 2, she's getting 1.3% interest at the end of 6 months. Right, so over the 2.5 years, the first 6 months, another 6 months will be 1 year, 6 months, it will be 2 years, and the half. It's going by a smaller percentage, 1.3, but it's still going up, so I'm adding 100 to this. It will be 101.3%, which if I put it back into decimal, it will be this one. Okay, so that 5,000 previous amount, the starting amount, times 1.013 will be this, going up by 1.3 again, doing the same with the previous amount. Get this, keep on going, and Jemima will end up with this value. Okay, so those explanations I wrote in words, okay, for you to look at. So 100, it's going up by 3.25, increase by 3.25 means 100 plus that, which becomes that. In decimal, it will be that one. Okay, so overall, which scheme is better? The first one was this one, the second one was this one. So obviously Jemima should choose scheme 2 because it's worth more by, what's the difference? $3.25, 28 cents, sorry, after 2.5 years. So that's how you should conclude your answer.